Welcome to my channel. My name is Sami, and let's do a November wrap-up. Let's go. So just before filming this, I was setting up my tripod to film, and I sliced my finger open, and it started gushing blood. And I'm not good around blood, so that wasn't fun. So I have a big slash on my pinky, so if you see this horrible band-aid, just please ignore. I can feel my heartbeat in it right now, so I'm trying to keep it elevated when I can. Okay, hopefully I don't have blood on my tripod. Okay, happy BookMas Day 1. I am so excited for BookMas, and let's get right into my November wrap-up. So, the first book I read in the month of November is Alice's Adventure in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass by, I actually never had to say his name before, Lewis Carroll? Carroll? I'm so sorry, I am saying his name wrong. I'll do a voiceover correct pronunciation right now.
Lewis Carroll.
Okay. Yeah, so every time I want to say the title of this book, I want to say Alice in Wonderland. But it's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. This is obviously a classic, and I've always wanted to read it, and my mom and sister found this really cool copy. It's like, I don't know if you can tell, it's like holographic, from Five Below. I think they also got me Peter Pan, which I'm going to eventually read, and it also has like pictures in it too, and it is a really nice copy, and I absolutely love that I own this now. I've been wanting to read more classics this year, and I had a grand old time. The only thing is, didn't realize is, Alice is kind of annoying. Just a little bit. She's just a little entitled a bit, and a little annoying with, like, you enter into this magical world that you don't know anything about, and you're acting like you're in charge. I would have to say my favorite character from this book is the Cheshire Cat. Absolutely fell in love with him. Also, I love cats, but I fell in love with him so much. He's definitely my favorite character. And yeah, I highly recommend. I believe I rated it 4 stars. Really enjoyed it. I haven't seen the live action movie. I've probably seen the animated as a kid. I just don't remember it. So I'm really excited to watch those and see how close they are to the book, or even see a visual of it, but you kind of already get it with the pictures in the book. So I feel like I already have an idea in my head. So highly recommend. So next is a book that has been an anticipated read for me. I have wanted to read it for so long, but I was so intimidated. It is Billy Summers by Stephen King. I've been so intimidated because Stephen King is a legend, and this was my first Stephen King book, and I wanted it to be this one because the synopsis is so interesting. It's about a guy named Billy Summers, and he is a for-hire sniper, but he only kills bad people, which I think is so cool. It's like the anti-hero thing. It's so interesting to me. It is like 600 pages, so I was really intimidated because I do feel like the book is over 500 pages. I get kind of bored in the middle. It kind of loses me, which that is the only con of this book. I absolutely loved it. I cried my eyes out at the end. And if a book makes me feel real emotions of ink on a paper, I'm like, you get 5 stars. Absolutely 5-star read from me. If you don't have this on your reading list, go on Goodreads right now and add it to want to read. It is so good, so interesting. I'm absolutely obsessed. And Billy Summers is added to my favorite fictional characters that I wish were realist. But I feel like the only con of this book, only one, it's not even a full one, it's like a half con, 0.5 con, is I did feel like the middle kind of lost me. I kind of lost interest a bit, and I kind of took a break and started reading another book and went back to Billy Summers. I just felt like the middle was a little, like, can we get to the storyline? Can we get to the plot? Can we move along? And I feel like after I got through the tiny bit little mundane middle part, it got right back up, kicked right back up, and absolutely the ending was insane, incredible. Absolutely highly recommend. Go read it right now. But I would recommend, if you get to that middle point and you're kind of like, I'm kind of getting bored, don't stop. Just keep persevering and you'll fall in love with this book, okay? I'm so excited to add more Stephen King books to my reading list for next year. I'm very excited. The next book I read in November is There by Tommy Orange. This was actually for my library reading challenge. If you don't know what it is, my reading challenge is to read a book each month that's associated with what's celebrated that month, and November was Native American Heritage Month. So this book, wow, this book was intense, heartbreaking, but also beautiful and interesting. It takes place, this is a novel, so it's not real people, but it feels so real. It feels like a documentary and a book. I don't know how to explain it. But so you follow along, each chapter is a different character, and eventually I loved is throughout the book you slowly start to connect and see how all of these people are randomly connected to each other. Like you read one chapter a bit ago about this one guy, and then you read this other guy's chapter and that guy is kind of hinted at without saying his name. You're like, wait a minute, connection. And I would highly recommend it, especially like I live in California, so there is very high Native American culture here, and I respect Native American culture so much. I find it so interesting, and I just it's so interesting and so cool. I love it so much. So I absolutely highly recommend. I rated this 5 stars. I just found out that he actually came out just like this year. This came out in 2018. Just this year he came out with his second book, and I think it is technically kind of a sequel to this, but also it's more about the past of Native Americans, like their ancestors and stuff. So I'm very intrigued to read that next year for the month of November. I think I'm going to put that on my list. But I highly recommend it, especially just like, I already had so much respect for Native Americans and their culture, but I have 10 times now after reading this book. It's all that they went through, and the generational trauma is insane. But also I love learning about their culture and the powwows. I'd love to go to a powwow. I just, so cool reading this book. It's so cool. Oh, I love this book so much. I also did bawl my eyes out at this book too. So, I just can't get over how real these characters were, which they probably are based off of real people. Like, you know, real people, real things they've gone through with people's traumas and stuff. It's so sad, but so beautiful. Like, tragically beautiful. Also, he has an amazing name. Just saying. Also, he lives in California. Yeah, he lives in Angel Camp, California, the author, which I thought was so cool. Also, this book takes place in Oakland, California. I just love reading books that takes place in California. It's my home state. Woo! Go California. Okay, highly recommend. Okay, so the last and final book that I read in the month of November is Picture Perfect Play by Dorothea and Lynne, who happens to be my mom. So this is my mom's book, and it is a baseball romance, and I'll give you a little synopsis of what it's about. So the two main characters are Carly and Ryan. So Ryan Henderson is a baseball player on the Padres in San Diego, and Carly is the new hired photographer for the team, and they find an unlikely romance. This book is so good, and I may be biased because it is my mom's book, but she did such a good job of this group of characters, not just the main two, but the friends and the little side plot stories are so heartfelt and beautiful. And so just the beautiful love story between these two. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful, much more than just a basic baseball romance. And I highly recommend. 5 stars. Go check it out. I'll link in the description box. It means so much to me and my mom if you check it out. Absolute icon, self-publishing her own book. Queen. It's so good. I don't know how she did this. I praise all authors because I don't understand how you create these characters that aren't real but feel so real. I can never do it, so go check it out.
My mom is so cool. Mom is so cool.
So yeah, so I believe that's all the books I read from the month of November. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. It means so much to me. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye! Really quick, I want to show you this really cool set I got from Walmart. It's Nightmare Before Christmas. Got Oogie Boogie with Lock, Shock, and Barrel. And then there's the pants with him. Nightmare Before Christmas pocket. And on the foot. And all the green glows in the dark. How stinking cute is this set from Walmart? I'll link it if I can. It's so stinking cute. Okay, my name is Sammy, and that's Ranger barking and a bird squawking. Ow, my finger. My finger really hurts. I think I did everything. Yeah. Okay. Bye.